video. So today we're going to go and take a look at EZA AGL Turles. I'm thinking that this guy got a really powerful EZA. I could see this Turles being very useful and very valuable in a variety of content. I do think Turles is a character who can help out in red zone as well. The key and attack support is going to be super good. Maybe defensively he might struggle at points, especially if you don't have like a overly, support heavy setup or something like that, right? Or if you're not running EZA Turles, who as a unit can be a bit finicky. I mean, they're definitely going to be EZA Turles is going to be a lot more powerful with this guy now, like being one of the best units in the game, but we'll sort of see. So we're starting out in Ginyu's 200% team. This will be Turles' best team, because here on the Ginyu team, we will be able to have AGL Turles and EZA Turles next to each other on a 200% leader skill. Turles does also have the Raditz team, is another team that Turles is on, right? That has access to a 200% leader skill. But on that team, EZA Turles is not there, because EZA Turles is not on the pure Saiyan category, since it includes, his other minions in the card, right? So, all right. Immediately, we got nearly like Turles' best possible opening setup right here. The only thing is that, so AGL Turles is giving all allies 3 key 40% attack, and then all allies are getting 40% defense when there's a super class enemy. We're fighting an extreme class enemy right now, so with the extra 40% defense, that Turles would be looking crazy. He'd be at like 400k defense, and then remember, he's getting 30% attack and defense from a super attack effect. So if they drop like red zone with super class enemies, which they really should, Turles is probably going to be very exceptional in there. So turn 1, right? AGL Turles, let's go ahead and see what he's got. He's getting a ridiculous, 80% support. Remember, in terms of his link set, he has Destroyer the Universe, Saiyan Warrior Race, Prepared for Battle, Thirst for Conquest, Brutal Beatdown, Big Bad Bosses, and Fierce Battle. Now, in order for this AGL Turles to look really good, you're definitely going to want some of these activated. Destroyer the Universe is not too common. Unless it's EZA Turles, you're not going to get that first one activated. But you can easily get Turles Thirst for Conquest, Big Bad Bosses, right? Which is giving you 40% defense. So that's why I do think this AGL Turles is going to be a very handy unit. So turn 1... Are you kidding me? Huh. Dude. Are you serious? Okay. So Turles, right, is rocking dude, like 500k. Okay, so he double supered. I do have full additionals on Turles. I feel like most of the time this is a character I'm going to be rocking as a floater, right? I feel like most of the time Turles is going to be a floater, where double supering will be very effective for him. Right, think of him in Super Battle Road, double supering. He has a 30% chance to stun. He's got the defensive increases. You really need to understand the magnitude of that turn right there. Turn 1, he did a double 8 million attack stat. His defense was like over 500k after the double super, and he's giving all allies 3 key 40% attack. Off of that first turn, Turles is looking like the best EZA TUR by far to me. But let's... this is going to be a day of Turles content. Just today, we're going to do the level 10 link video for Turles. We're going to take Turles into both sides of the red zone. I'm probably going to do the God event and movie boss Extreme Super Battle Road, I think, just today. But dude, are you kidding me? You got to understand, Turles, with his defensive level and his powerful support, I probably would have been, I'd be satisfied if Turles was hitting if he was at a 4 million attack stat, I'd be like, yo, he's looking pretty good. He's good. But he did 8 million. 8 million, man. That was against an extreme class enemy, too. His defense could have been even higher. So this is another very big support heavy rotation, sure. Let's see what we get right here. I mean... Early on, he's looking pretty strong, I'd have to say. Turles, wow. For him to hit this hard, it's all these links, dude. Alright, yeah, nice double-digit damage, and then he drops a set. Okay. And like, you look at what Turles is doing right here, and it's like, remember, oh, what is LR Turles gonna do? Okay, Yeah, I mean, the LR Turles rotation is definitely looking good. Now, if you can get away with, like, basically not getting super attacked in red zone, you're gonna be looking pretty good with this rotation. That's powerful. Keep in mind that Turles is also a full 170% leader to the Movie Bosses team. Movie Bosses is now a legitimate team, right? Full 170% lead. You have 2 of these AGL Turles floating. Are you kidding me? Yeah, Movie Bosses is going to look really good. Because LR Janemba is actually one of the best. Like, after Red Zone, LR Janemba is even better. Like, now we have access to being able to run Janemba on a competent team. You know, you still have a lot of the Golden Freezes who are tanky. Movie Bosses could probably take down a lot of the red zone stages now. So far, so good. Turles is looking... it's looking pretty good. Alright, so we have another powerful rotation. Dude, so far in this showcase, we're getting good luck with the rotations. Now, there is one dark problem that seems like it might show up. All of a sudden, there's no Ginyu friends on the friends list. What a shock, I know. You mean people didn't summon for Captain Ginyu? It's like, alright, we could go to Raditz's team after this. No LR Turles, but, you know, we want to see what Turles is looking like without it. Okay, so now we're going up against, dude, I mean, Jason Birder are giving 30% support. They'd be giving 60% support with a Ginyu on rotation. So if we had Garlic Jr., who's giving 40%, or if we had Rildo, who's giving 50%, Turles would be over 400k defense at the start of turn. I would say my one issue with this character is just that he does not give that 40% defense to allies unless there's a superclass enemy. I mean, Turles is actually looking like the best support unit in the game by far already to me, though. I mean, I don't know, maybe... yeah, probably. Dude, I don't know. Like, supports that give the level of ability that Turles does, they don't usually just come out dropping 8 million attack stats. That's the power of Turles' links, though, right? By the way, our assholes are gaping open now for, like, an LR Final Form Cooler or, like, a full power Bojack Dokkan Fest. Because it's like, this Turles is crazy. LR Turles is going to be revived with this Turles. STR Bojack is still good. If they just drop, like, best unit in the game, LR Final Form Cooler right now, like, this setup would work really well. Bojack, Turles, Cooler. Because, right, all these characters have got Thirst for Conquest, Big Bad Bosses, Fierce Battle, right, which is basically all we need for them to look good. I'm actually fairly impressed. Turles is looking better than I was thinking he was going to. Again, I'm pretty impressed. After this, let's go... I guess let's go to Raditz's scene. So we'll be able to just bring, like, a bunch of Saiyans, right? Just sort of, like, different setups, because so far these first couple of runs, we're just seeing the two Turles next to each other, and, I mean, we see what happens there, right? Because, I mean, look at the defense Turles gets. 15% Destroyer of the Universe, 15% from Thirst for Conquest, 25% from Big Bad Bosses, and then 5% from Prepare for Battle. So Turles is getting 60% defense along with LR Turles. They're getting 60% defense from links, right? Okay, so here's the crazy one. So 411 at the start of turn. Now, I do feel vindicated seeing this Turles because it's like, a lot of times when I'm talking about, oh, like, this type of defensive stat's not too impressive, this type of attack stat is not too impressive, I typically get a lot of pushback from players that say, oh, not everyone's got units rainbowed and blah, blah, blah. I mean, that's irrelevant. I'm letting you know what all these characters do at their best, right? Turles is looking good. He has good defense, 400k plus, good attack stats, 7 million plus, and he's supporting, yeah, Turles is looking pretty strong, man. I am very hopeful that they drop, like, dude, like, in part 2, imagine it's LR Final Form Cooler, and he's actually, like, again, I don't know, STR Kaioken Goku level or 7th anniversary level. That, all of a sudden, like, these teams, man, that Ginyu team, Terrifying Conquerors, Space Traveling Warriors, phew, okay, this is good. Turles, we were excited for him for a couple of reasons, and this is why. Because it's like, Turles now, you just toss him on all these teams, and he just looks insane. He's helping these units out so much. Turles, of course, is going to look way better with Big Bad Bosses activated. So it's like 8.15 right there. So 400k defense, 8.15 million attack stat. Give me one more. Oh my god. 8.49 right there. All right, man. Now, Turles does have a transformation, by the way. We actually have to take damage to get that. So Turles has a 30% chance to use the Fruit of the Tree of Might. And then for 3 turns, he turns into sort of like the buff Turles. And then Turles stacks when he transforms. So, you know, he's then going to be able to keep those stacks when he reverts back into base. It's going to look pretty interesting. I guess I might want to get one more look at Turles on, like, the Raditz team without LR Turles around. Then after that, I'm going to go to, like, the GT Goku event, and let's try and take damage, and let's get Turles to transform, and see how impressive Turles is looking in his transformed state. Alright guys, now we're over here on Raditz's Pure Saiyan team. Remember that Turles is still getting a 200% leader skill. Alright, so now he drops down to 200k. I mean, this is a hugely minimal turn for Turles, right? Because not only are we losing all of the ridiculousness with LR Turles, but there's also no support on this rotation. So it's like, if you're just going to run Turles on, like, Raditz's team in the red zone or something like that, at 200k defense, that is not cutting it, right? Like, that's... I mean, if he doubles supers, he would be over 300k defense, right? If he doubles supered here. I mean, with Raditz, we have Saiyan Warrior Raise, Prepare for Battle, Brutal Beatdown, and Fierce Battle. But it's funny, the 2 links I feel like you really want to aim for with Turles are Thirst for Conquest and Big Bad Bosses. The 2 on the right we don't have. And then, of course, the top one, Destroyer of the Universe, you're only going to get that active with the LR Turles. That's like the only way you're going to see that happen. One thing that does really suck, it's just sort of like a residual shaft that doesn't really make a ton of sense. Why oh why does Broly not have Big Bad Bosses? It's like, Broly has Big Bad Bosses, it's just a massive buff to the movie bosses team, right? So I couldn't tell you. Alright, let's see what Turles does in this rotation. Remember that this is... I guess one thing that does actually look kind of bad for Turles here, we're going up against a super class enemy. If this was an extreme class enemy, he'd be below 200k defense right here, which is, it's just, that's rough, right? Like, yeah, it's, I mean, dude, that attack stat, though, wow. That's no support with a lot of powerful links not active. He's still at, like, 5 million. I could immediately tell you guys, I wish they had toned his damage way down. And instead of all the damage he's getting, I really wish he had more defense. I feel like that would have been way better for this type of unit. Turles is a support type unit first and foremost. So I'd rather that he be a better defensive unit. Because it's like, this Turles, I feel like he's a showcase unit, but at the same time, he's not. Like, typically, if I say a showcase unit, that's a very negative, like, statement I'm making about that character. This Turles is a showcase unit in that his peak is so insane. I mean, I don't want to say it's unrealistic to run in there with LR Turles. So LR Turles will get smacked up if you're not fighting a super class enemy, though. But AGL Turles, you know, provided he's not in slot 1, he's going to be tanking reasonably well, I think. So it's hard to say. Again, a full world tour with this guy is going to help me see, like, exactly how good I think this guy is and stuff like that. Here we're at 234k, so now we have support from version Z Goku. I mean, again, Turles' attack stats seem like they're going to be pretty solid, because if he's doing a 5 million attack stat while supporting the rotation, like, that's good. I wish some of this offensive power was geared more towards, like, look at it, dude, 5 million on this turn without Big Bad Bosses active, no Thirst for Conquest, no Destroyer of the Universe. He's still hitting that hard. Yeah, dude, Turles hits way too hard. They should have given him more defense. Damn. I mean, you definitely can speed blitz some events, though, with this guy. Like, this guy, LR Turles, and, like, I don't know, in Broly, like, that as a rotation could, like, devastate. So far, so good. Let's go into the GT Goku event. I'm probably just gonna run that, Captain Ginyu team. And I think I'm going to come back once we transform with Turles. We'll see. You could transform with Turles as early as turn 2, right? You just have to be below 80% HP. The problem is that it's only, they did buff it, it's only a 30% chance though, so we'll see. And you do want to transform. The transformation is really good. Alright guys, this is a pretty not great rotation for Turles. I mean, all we have is Fierce Battle. He's at 243k defense right here. Remember that Jace and Birder are giving 60% support right here, but I mean, I guess it's just a good turn to see. Alright, so now the difficult part is I actually have to take damage, right? Like, Turles' transformation, I mean, it's just, it's something you will see, right? Like, if you go into, like, movie bosses, Extreme Super Battle Road, or if you go into the Red Zone or something like that, you're definitely going to get Turles' transformation to activate. But when you want to talk about inconsistent, I would definitely say Turles' transformation will be a little bit inconsistent here, right? Like, it's going to be tough for me just on command for the showcase to just go ahead and get this. I would like to see Turles get an attack. Damn it, Jason Birder did way too much there, so now it's going to be so hard to take damage, dude. It's going to have to be Rildo. I'm going to have to put Rildo in slot 1. Alright, so there was this turn for Turles, 4.5 right there. I will return as soon as we transform. Remember, there is no turn restriction for Turles' transformation. You could get it literally any turn. It's just kind of like, it is when it is, right? Like, that's all there is to it. So I shall return when we get this transformation. Oh, okay, well. This actually was not that bad at all. So we got the transformation with Turles here rather early. So when Turles transforms, he is really very good. Transform Turles is going to be a real problem in difficult content, right? Because he recovers 20%. Oh my god, okay. Yeah, well, there's 500k defense at the start of turn. But he recovers 20% HP at the start of turn. Very helpful, right? You have to be below 80% to transform in the first place. So that heal's going to be good. His attack and defensive buffs shoot up from 160 to 200% with, I mean, look how good his stats are. Basically 19,000 attack, 13.5 thousand defense. Really good stats. He's giving all allies 3 ki. I think that is essential to this guy being still so good. Previously, when you would transform with Turles, he lost all of his support capabilities. He's still giving 3 ki, though. I think it's just so impactful for this guy, right? It's going to still keep him great. It really is good. Like, it's crazy to me. Dokkan dropped Raditz, and his design is just horrendously bad. But this guy, they nailed a lot of what they did with him, I do feel. That 3 ki, I think, is very important. Turles does get an extra 100% defense if there's a super class enemy as well. So it's like we're seeing him right here, his first turn transforming 500k defense. Keep in mind that we would not have this high a defense in the red zone because there's not super class enemies. And then he is super effective against all types if HP is 80% or more. I would be curious to know if that would activate mid or not mid-turn and stuff like that. Since this is like a Turles showcase anyway, well, I'm going to go ahead and pop the Fruit of the Tree of Might right here. Let's get, you know, Nozawa doing sick-ass Turles lines in here.
新生児の実を食べ続けてきた俺に勝てると思ったか？俺の勝ちだな。
Alright, so, LR Turles will probably put up a ridiculous attack set after this as well. Alright, let's see what we get. No more messing around. We are transformed. Remember that Turles, AGL Turles, is stacking attack and defense, by the way, every super attack. So every super that we get from AGL Turles is a 20% attack and offensive permanent buff, by the way. Alright, so that's 7.6 million, again, while stacking. This is where the additionals, full additionals for him would be, would be really impactful too, because his stacks are permanent stacks that will carry over even after he de-transforms. So again, if we think of the red zone, if you could, like, best case scenario, you know, transform with Turles turn 2, get some quick stacks in, and then that would allow Turles to look really good in red zone stages, right? The Turles rotation, I actually am going to be fairly comfortable, I think, to try the Turles rotation in some of these tougher red zone fights. LR Turles will definitely take a lot of damage without AGL Turles' support, but I don't feel hopeless, I guess I would say, right? At all. I feel like we're not only is it not hopeless, but I feel like we're going to do fairly well in the red zone. I'm probably not going to play games, though. I think we're just going to straight up go fight Broly and Omega. We'll do a video fighting Broly, and we'll do a video fighting Omega, because, like, those are the two, like, the bars. Omega's really tough. Like, he does the most damage in the game, but Broly is just the cheapest asshole in the world. That Broly fight is so stupid. I don't know what they actually probably, I think they made Broly too strong, right? It's like, go in there without LR Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta or the LR gods, and Broly, it just feels hopeless. Like, he's relentless, that Broly. He just never stops super attacking. He's dumb boss. This is kind of unfortunate. We did a lot of damage to this Great Ape Goku, and now he's gonna go into this next rotation at, like, no health. So, like, we couldn't even see Turles additional super here, which is very unfortunate. Now, remember that Turles stays transformed for 3 turns, so you get 2 stacks with him, right? So we have this turn and last turn. So this is Turles with, wow, damn, look at his defense, the way it jumped up right there. Wow, okay. Okay, my boy Turles looking good. His defense is higher, and this is without, like, a support unit there. We had, what, Garlic Jr. there before? Wow, yeah, Turles is looking pretty good. All right, let's see what we get right here. We're back up to full health. Remember, start of every turn, transform. Turles is giving us a heal also, which I do think is very good. Healing is very important in the red zone. Very important healing is. Because you're so limited on items, right? All right, so now Turles will de-transform. I think he did, right? He did. But you only see the de-transformation animation if you don't kill the enemy. Or, like, we killed that Goku right there, so he did de-transform, but we just didn't get the animation. All right, so let me see this next turn. Let's see what Turles looks like after having 2 stacks in his transformed state. Best case scenario, like, if you, let's say we're fighting Omega, right? Because, again, Omega's the bar, because he hits the hardest of any boss in the game. Let's say we go fight Omega, and we transform with Turles on turn 2. And then Turles double supers, and then on a second turn, he double supers as well. So we get 4 stacks in. Turles is easily going to be taking double-digit damage from Omega at the end. So it's like, depending upon how things go, right? A little bit of RNG, but I do think Turles could look very impactful, very impressive, even against, like, a high-level boss like Omega. All in all, I am pretty blown away by this Turles' EZA. I want to use him in the red, like, coming out of this video, I think Turles is, like, probably way better than AGL Blue Vegeta, but Blue Vegeta completely carries over how good he is into the red zone. Turles, it's like, there's some turns where I think it's not gonna, like, we're gonna have runs in the red zone where Turles just gets it turned into dust immediately, and we get killed because of him. If it was super class enemies we were fighting, Turles would look a lot better. So, wow. Okay. The stacks are so, look at this. His stacks are so powerful. He got like 200k defense off of his 2 super attack stacks. That's just like his ridiculously high defensive stat, and then, dude, like, it's just how high his stats are and his passive buffs. I gotta give him a sticker. Why didn't I give him a sticker? I'm blown away. This guy is crazy. I feel like this guy is on a completely different tier than, like, Tech Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta and, like, Omega and stuff like that. When I just think of this guy's usability, right? Like, the heals and all this. Remember that, like, think about this guy in Movie Boss's Extreme Super Battle, one of the hardest stages in the game. He's doing all this. He does debuff super class enemies attack by 20% in base. He debuffs superclass enemies' defense transformed sucks. But debuffing attack, dude, I'm very impressed with Turles. I am actually, like, he's way better than I thought he was going into this. I think we'll probably end here. I mean, what, you want me to just, like, two-hand stroke him more? Like, I think we could finish here. And we'll just do a bunch of World Tour videos with him, right? We'll take him into the Red Zone stages, God Event, Movie Boss, Extreme Super Battle Road. It's fun. I'm glad I did get the no-item run done for Movie Bosses before this, because it's, like, it's actually free now. I feel like Turles is so good that no-item run is now free. I'm serious. Like, it's like... He's so stupid. Oh, damn. No, the cord. LR Turles is additionally. LR Turles is looking pretty good in this video, too. If only... The thing that does hurt LR Turles is AGL Turles, again, needing superclass enemies for the support. Because LR Turles badly needs the defensive support, man. I mean, these, like, 280k defensive stats are not going to be cutting it against Broly and Omega and stuff like that, right? No way. All right, we got this rotation right here, too. We could do... I mean, dude, Turles would tank. He would absolutely tank a super attack from Ultra Full Power Super Saiyan 4 Goku right here. Like this Goku super attacking does not auto-kill us. That is... that's very dumb. I'm pretty impressed with these Turleses, man. Whoo-wee! They gave this guy a very powerful EZA, that's for sure. All right, let's see what he looks like on this turn right here. Turles is not super effective against all types. Remember, he can be super effective once we transform, but in base, we're not super effective. So let's just get this. What is our attack set right here? We're at 8.37. Yeah, 8.37. God damn. All right. Yeah, so we'll get this attack set and we'll finish up. We'll go over his kit and we'll finish up, but Turles, boy, whew. It's a lot of damage he did, considering he's... Okay, man, sure. And then I guess we should get the LR Turles 10 million super effective against all types attack set in here as well. Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. Okay, cool. All right, this is Explosive Evolution Turles. Leader skills, movie bosses category key 3 and 170% of stats, or extreme class key 3 and 100% of stats. Do not forget that I think a 170% full lead is plenty powerful enough. You don't have to have a 200% lead, but you do have to have at least a full 170. Movie bosses with this guy is a legitimate team for sure. His super attack is the Meteor Burst, which raises attack and defense by 30% for one turn, does immense damage, and then has a medium chance, a 30% chance to stun. His passive skill, Universe Destroyer's Ace in the Hole, gives him 160% attack and defense at the start of turn. He gives all allies 3 key and 40% attack, and then all allies get 40% defense if there's a super class enemy. That does hurt for the red zone. Super class enemies also get minus 20% attack. Very good, probably in a lot of the Super Battle Road stages, in particular Movie Boss Extreme Super Battle Road. That super class enemy debuff is going to be very helpful. He does the Fruit of the Tree of Might boost when conditions are met. So you have a 30% chance to transform and eat the fruit for 3 turns when HP is 80% or below. They did buff that previously as 25%, now it's an 80% chance. His links are Destroyer the Universe, Saiyan Warrior Race, Prepare for Battle, Thirst for Conquest, Brutal Beatdown, Big Bad Bosses, and Fierce Battle. The best way to sort of focus on Turles is really going for the core of Thirst for Conquest and Big Bad Bosses. You just get those 2 activated and he's looking good. Again, Cooler, Turles, Bojack, all share those links. That's why, like, you know, Part 2 LR, you know, maybe like LR Goku and Piccolo, but if they drop, like, one of these Terrifying Conquer, like, Cooler units or something like that, that's gonna be crazy, dude. Turles' 12 key multiplier is 150%, which is, you know, fine. This is a typical number we expect to see. There's a number of EZAs Turles will be good on. The Family Kamehameha EZA, STR Gogeta's EZA, the STR God Vegeta and Tech God Goku EZA, all EZAs, where Turles could potentially be pretty good in. Then in terms of categories, our boy has, so he is on the movie bosses team. He helps legitimize this team. This is where it's like, dude, they dropped this Turles EZA preparing for the movie. Golden Cell or Android 21, whoever is in the movie, Turles is going to be a huge addition to whoever. Like this, to me, Turles is EZA dropping right now. Like they, I don't know, maybe it was Raditz the whole time, even if the movie didn't get delayed, right? Like the celebration wasn't different. Because Turles dropping right in front of the movie, right? It's like, okay, like it's clear what he's here for. Then we have the low-class warrior team Turles is a part of. He's also on Pure Saiyan's best category roster in the game. Turles is also on Terrifying Conquerors. He becomes a must-run on that team for sure. Turles is also on Final Trump Card, where he should work fairly well. Final Trump Card will be interesting in the future. Very, very interesting, actually. So there's that team. Turles is also on Space Traveling Warriors. Again, another team where he is essentially a must-run, right? And then finally, Turles is down here on Planetary Destruction. This is a Planetary Destruction category team. So there's Turles. There's all of his categories where he'll help out on a lot of them. Then remember, Turles does have his transformation. You could do this as early as turn 2. You just have to be below 80% HP. And then it's a 30% chance for it to activate. And then he does his boost, where his super attack effect changes and his passive changes. So his super attack becomes Calamity Blaster, which raises attack and defense for 1 turn. Or, excuse me. It stacks attack and defense. That's a 20% attack and defensive permanent increase. He does immense damage, and then he has a high chance, a 50% chance to stun. So if you get this guy out early in like Extreme Super Battle or something like that, he's going to go so hard. His passive skill, Universe Destroyer's Threat. He recovers 20% HP at the start of turn. He gets 200% attack and defense at the start of turn. He gives all allies 3 ki, a huge addition to this character. Then he gets an additional 100% defense if there's a super class enemy. And then he lowers super class enemies' defense by 80%. And then he's super effective against all types if HP is 80% or more. So let me know what you guys think of EZA Turles. Coming out of this video, I feel like he is the best EZA TUR in the game. I think him and Blue Vegeta, like, they're probably the characters. You could maybe argue Tech God Goku, but I mean, he is limited to certain events, right? Where certain enemies, where he's going to be so powerful. I am just like absolutely floored by how impressive Turles looked during this video. I am very eager to take him into some of the red zone stages and stuff like that. It's like, if units come out, Cooler, Bojack, some of these other characters that could work well with Turles, I mean, he is just going to be so dumb, man. This was a very, very impressive unit. So, let me know what you guys think of our boy, EGL Turles. Thanks, guys, for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.